Good morning. So every now and again when I have an epiphany and I have some realizations, my own awakenings, I like to share that which I get with others so that everyone can benefit. Because it's when we get to certain realizations, um, especially when we have awakenings or epiphanies, it is you can't wait to share it with the world or with others so that more can benefit by that which you've received. So I want to start off with how I got to this realizations, and that is that with a very close friend of mine, we had some conversations yesterday, and it is in our healing process. What we go through is we tend to go through a period of, I want to say, retrograding within ourselves, going within, and then processing everything. So we internalize, and then we in our head, and we in our body, and we make certain assumptions or certain realizations about it, and it's not always correct or appropriate thinking, or there's a lot of mistakenly thinkings, and it comes based on our preconceived ideas that we build when we are children of ourselves, of others, and of how the world and life works. So I've realized that we need, in our process of learning and growing, we preferably need a sounding board. Now, it can't just be any sounding board, meaning you just waffle on with one of the family members or one of your friends at a lower vibration perhaps than you, and you play the blame game, and or they don't understand you, or you feel judged by them by voicing this, so you keep quiet, so you stay more inside of yourself. It is when you come to a spiritual healer like myself or others, and they're at your vibration or higher, they can actually be a much more beneficial sounding board. It's like people will sometimes come to me and say, "You want me to tell me my story again?" But I've said it to so many people, and it hasn't made a difference. But somehow, when they talk to me, it makes a difference, and you can actually see a lot more. You can actually experience a lot more. You can realize a lot more. So it is to give it a try, give it a chance, because you might be surprised. I had a client once that came to me and said, "You know what? I keep on having therapist after therapist saying that I've got post-traumatic stress, PTS. And I've got no idea, because I had a beautiful life and I had a beautiful childhood and there was no trauma in my life." So I said, "Okay, so tell me your story." No, there's nothing to tell, because she's just had a beautiful childhood and whatever. And then she got to the stage where two of her best friends committed suicide, and she had to actually go and identify their bodies. And it was hectic experiences, but it was brushed off like, but I had to be strong and I had to do it, and I just had to function. And not necessarily processing that which she saw, what she experienced. After, because I like asking people, tell me what has affected you emotionally the most. And then they will say this or this or this or this, or that experience in their life. And then they actually realize, oh, okay, that is why they say I have this post-traumatic stress or that I need to release and let go of. And then they open up, and then the healing can start. So, yes, so it was very nice to have, I'm going to say, a proper sounding board for myself as well yesterday, as we discussed. And a realization or epiphany that came to me, or the words that kept on repeating. Now, Spirit has an uncanny way of giving us these phrases in our head to say, but the answer is yeah. And I was kept on taken back by the source of all that is. And the words that repeated in my head was, but it's the source of all that is. Now, when we are on a path of spiritual growth and development, doesn't matter if it's through church or through any other way that we do, God is the Almighty. God is source. God is the source of all that is. And what does the Bible say? Where does God go and hide himself, herself? Within every human, because they know that's the last place people will look. So if God is inside of you, and God is the source of all that is the answer to all your questions. Now, I want you just to take this phrase with you. The source of all that is. So God is the source of all that is. God is inside of us, which makes I am the source of all that is. Now I want you to breathe that in. Just for a moment, just sit in it. Sit in how it feels to be the source of all that is. Don't think about it. Just be in it. I am the source of all that is. And breathe it in 3 times. I am the source of all that is. And once more. I am the source of all that is. What does that really mean? Who is the source of your problems? You are. I am the source of all my problems. What is the solution of all my problems? I am. You are the source of all your problems and all your solutions. So what does the law of attraction actually mean? And I'll give you a way that I like to describe the law of attraction, because we all hear different things, but sometimes we need to hear it from a different vantage point, and then it just sinks in deeper. It's like realizations and epiphanies are there so that we can realize more, so that we can become more. So I am not an artist, so I won't profess to be one, but I'm going to draw a human here. Okay, so there's a little man, or woman, as Brian would like to say. Now, the law of attraction explained by me is, whatever we truly feel and think about ourselves inside, whatever our woundedness is, our heartache or pain, our belief about ourselves, and this is usually childhood wounding, so it's where you get to hear of mother issues or father issues or abandonment issues or unworthiness issues or not good enough issues. These are all wounds that we carry, and it is like buttons that is on us, and that's why we say, that person comes and pushes my buttons. So we have this mistakenly thinking that others come to push buttons of things that we come stuff don't have, and then we feel a certain way and respond a certain way, but it's them pushing our buttons. Now, if there weren't this childhood woundings and they were all healed, people can press there and nothing will happen. It will have no effect. The thing is about the response. our response to this. And the thing that I would like to share with you is all our responsibility. Everything is our responsibility. It's our ability to respond to what comes up. So if somebody says something that hurts you, the shoe fits, wear it. If the hurt's there, no, it's been there before they hurt you. The hurt was there before. So it's to look at what was these things and where do they come from and how can you change them. So it's to change the energy around from feeling like a victim to a victor. So you have to change from a victim to a victor. And how do you change it? You say, for instance, you've been rejected. Rejected in love, rejected by work, rejected by a partner, rejected by a friend, rejected by life, wherever rejection has come up. We all have some kind of form of rejection that we get to experience. So when there's that, it's say, okay, they didn't choose me. And then we think, oh, now you carry this wounding of you haven't been chosen for the role, for being a partner, for the job, for whatever it is. Not seeing the good that has come from not being chosen. Because by the law of attraction, we usually attract that which we believe on the core, on the inside. So when we work on ourselves, we sometimes say, you know what, I've heard this before, I've practiced it, but it didn't last because it happened again. And it's to go and look back. It's like there would be a period, a time period where you believed in yourself, where your confidence was high, where you felt great about yourself, and you somehow manifested that which you wanted into your life. And then what we secretly do is we then shift responsibilities. It's in the subconscious mind. We drop that and then say, okay, so if a job rates you and gives you a performance review, which we all just love, not, we then say, okay, you say what I'm worth. Okay, you say what I can earn. Okay, you say now if I'm good or good enough or not. Or in a relationship, tell me that you love me, or tell me that I'm special, or tell me this, or tell me that. Whatever it is that we then shift responsibility, it's now your responsibility to make me feel good about myself. Oh, no, I don't feel good about myself. Oh, it's all your problem or all your fault because I don't feel good about myself. It is where we've shifted responsibilities. And I want you just to do introspection and look at where did you shift responsibilities? When did you drop your own responsibilities? Because we are responsible to make ourselves happy. We are responsible to feel valued. We are responsible to feel accepted. We are responsible to feel worthy. We are responsible to feel loved. All that you want is your sole responsibility. And when you take that responsibility full on, then you are full of that. And never let the ball drop. Never shift that responsibility to others. Never let others have that control over you where you then say, oh, okay, now I have to believe that I'm not wanted or not loved or not respected or not appreciated or not special or not magnificent or not this. It's to take the responsibility back and give it to yourself. Be it yourself. Know it yourself. What happens then is you grow. And when we're on a path of growth, we forget that pruning is sometimes needed, clearing and cleansing a space is sometimes needed, and yeah, all the not so nice things that facilitate the growth. We say, yes, we want to spiritually grow, or yes, I want to grow inside myself, or yes, I want to become the best and do so much. But we don't always realize what that comes with. And when we see or go through certain experiences, but why did this have to happen? Or why did I have to go through this? Or why was this the way or the other? And it's possibly for your highest growth. And that growth is ultimately for us to become stronger. It's to take on that responsibility and stand in our own light, in our true, authentic selves. Believe in ourselves. Know that you don't need the other, the job or the partner or the this or the that, to give you validation or to give you whatever it is that you've been looking for, accolades or success or whatever it is. You are already that. You are that source. When we are in codependent relationships, be it you're in codependent relationship with work, codependent relationship with a partner, codependent relationship with family, when there is this codependency, there is some kind of control over you. And it's not always a pleasurable experience. It always comes with a price. And the price is not always worth it. When you take full responsibility for yourself, for your financial abundance, for your safety and security, for your feeling loved and accepted, when you take full responsibility for it and stay in that, when you go into a work, when you go into a relationship, when you go into family circles, when you can stay in it, stay in that vibration, you'll see things change dramatically. Dramatically. Because no one can take away what you have. We usually come with emptiness. Oh, I feel unloved. So I go into this relationship. Oh, he doesn't love me. Now I feel more unloved. I feel so unappreciated. I take that to work. Oh, I get unappreciated. Oh, now I feel more unappreciated. Whatever it is. These are just various examples of the experiences that we get to experience. But when we truly go through this and experience this, we then can bring it back to ourselves and say, okay, that was a mirror. Somewhere I've dropped the ball. Somewhere I've made somebody else responsible for my happiness, for me feeling special, for me being loved, for me being appreciated. It's not their responsibility. It's yours. And if you truly get it, you can shift into a whole new vibration and be without a whole lot of less buttons. So, I've made a couple of notes so that I don't forget on everything that I need to share. So in the new healing spaces that I created, I keep on tweaking and changing because I want my healing space always to be at the highest and purest vibration and frequency. So I fine tune. So I put everything as I think it should be. Then I put everything as I feel it to be. And I keep on feeling the energy. And they know there's some hiccups. I need to take some furniture pieces out. And then, okay, now it's flowing a little bit more. Okay, but the energy is stuck here. Okay, I need to shift this here. Okay, this isn't working. I need two of these. And then I keep on feeling my environment and feeling my space, and say, okay, so is it conducive for the maximum amount of healing and transformation that can take place for a client? How else can I make it better, more beautiful, more fine-tuned? And in a lot of cases, let's say less is more. I need to take things out. And when I do, I think, that creates space. And then I think, so today's realization as I did that was, okay, so when we need to grow, things in our lives need to shift around and some need to move out of our space so that it can give us room to grow. Because sometimes with that in your space, either them or the job or the whatever it is, it might prevent you from growing. It might keep you small, might keep you trimmed and in place and in check so that you don't have any roots that comes out that is uncomfortable for them or in their space. So sometimes we are purposely removed from their space, or they removed from our space, and suddenly there's room to grow and blossom in how you need to blossom. So it is, if you've gone through a pruning process and you feel you've lost friends, you lost family members, you lost lovers, or you lost whatever it is that you felt you lost, it's possibly for your highest good, and it's there for your growth. So how can you grow? What can you do now with them not being in your space, or that not being part of your reality that you couldn't do before? What can you be grateful for? It's little things for me. It's like I can eat whatever I want to eat. I can watch whatever I want to watch. I can do whatever I want to do. So it's the freedom of having choice, the freedom of independence is for me so valuable. So valuable. I can see how shifting from independence to dependence totally doesn't work for me. I cannot be dependent on another. Okay, I love being independent within myself, and I can be independent in unions and stuff, but I need that independence. I need the free will choice to exercise that, to still get myself back into joy, to still get myself into peace, to still get me time or whatever it is that I need. So it is to see what can you do with that which has been taken away or shifted around to raise the frequency and shine even more brighter. So it's not to feel deprived or have abandonment issues about it, or feel rejected by it. It's like, okay, so this gives me an opportunity to shine even more. This gives me opportunity to pick up those balls of responsibility that I've placed in front of others, that they didn't pick up, that they didn't run with, that they didn't do, because it was not their responsibility to. So it is to look at that and say, okay, I am taking responsibility for that. I will now run with that. I will make the most of that. And sometimes it's appropriate that we drop certain balls. We don't have to be everything for everyone. But it's to start with self. It's to, I want you just to focus on your responsibility. What is my responsibility in this? I'm the source of this problem. I'm the solution of this problem. And it's sometimes difficult when we're in our own head to realize the epiphanies that's available. But it is there. So it's to look, okay, so what is here to see? And if you can't, then you go to a spiritual person, or you go to somebody at a high vibration like myself or others, and you sit and you just listen. You respond, you listen, and you listen to yourself, because all the answers are within you. But it's usually suppressed by just words or thoughts that you're thinking, and then you think, okay, you know everything about it, but it's not. You have to speak it out. You have to actually listen to yourself, hear yourself saying it, and then realize, because there are gifts, there are treasure chests within us that we haven't accessed yet. And it's that which you thought was harmful or was terrible or was hurtful or was whatever it is that you thought it was. If you actually truly look at it, you can find the gems. There's gems and gifts for you. So by the law of attraction, the people that take these blue buttons that are good aspects of yourself, that have got a high self-esteem, a high self-worth, think highly about themselves, are performers, have taken full responsibility for everything. Have you realized that they've magnetically attracted to them those job raisers, those attentive lovers, those whatever it is that comes to you? By the law of attraction, you attract what you are holding on the inside. And it is to know that cleansing is important, emotional cleansing is important, because our body stores all these emotions. And when it stores all these emotions, we then get to experience all these experiences that are either pleasurable or not pleasurable, depending on the thoughts and emotions that we've been harboring or hoarding within us. So it's to truly cleanse that, because growth can't take place with all the lies that we keep inside of us, all the false beliefs, the judgments, the fear programs, that all these emotional triggers. So you should bless each one in your life that has ever triggered you, for they're actually given you a gift. They're actually given you an opportunity to say, hey, look here, the answer is within you. They mirrored something to you that you weren't able to see it at the time. It's probably ego-based. Your ego was bruised because you felt it either an insult or whatever, but it wasn't. It was to liberate you. It was actually to wake you up to your own stuff, to your own stuff that you have held within yourself. So when we go through these processes, again, I'm going to draw you back to the statement that I started off with, and that's the source of all that is. So most of our life gets spent on that which is wrong. We feel we are wrong. We're not good enough at school, or we're not good enough at sports, or we're not good enough at athletics, or we're not good enough at work, or we get divorced and then we think we're not good enough in relationships, and then we go through this experience and then we have all these things. So we focus on what's wrong. Okay, they were cheaters, or they were liars, or they were this, and we play the blame game and we shift it, and we don't take any responsibility for that. Let's say, okay, so now the source of all that is. I am the source of all that is. So the God seeds are within me. The seeds of confidence, the seeds of unconditional self-love, the seeds of worthiness, the seeds of appreciation, the seeds of being magnificent, the seeds of awakening, the seeds of ascension, the seeds of self-mastery, the seeds of realizing my own magnificence. Because self-realization and God's realization is actually one thing. They actually become one energy, because it is one. We are one with the divine infinite source. And it's for us to realize that. It's for us to get that. We think, no, we are limited, and source is limitless. But if we are source, then that is actually us. So it's to bring the two together. There is no separation. We create that separation, but we can bring it together, because it is one energy. We one with the divine infinite source. So that which you were seeking has always been within you. What does that mean? It might be seeds still. It might be little plants that has grown. It might have flourished and taken over. It all just depends on how much watering you've given those seeds. And those seeds have been placed within each and every single human being. No one was skipped. No one was left out. It's like packages, gifts and abilities that we get when we are born. Some open their packages. Some is never aware that they got any packages, because they compare themselves with others and say, oh, but I can't play piano. Oh, but I can't run that fast. Oh, but I didn't get that talent. Most of the people don't know what their talents and their gifts and abilities are, because they never look outside. They keep on comparing, but I don't have that, and I'm not like that, and they don't bring it back to self. And it is when you in the company of a spiritually awakened person, they can help you see that. They can hold up the mirror and you can see. The clients that have come to me, I've been able to help them because I just hold up the mirror. I just open up the portal. I just hold the energy. And the answers are there. The solutions are there. The epiphanies, the realizations are there. And that's why I said this message is for those awakened and on the path of growth. Those who still want to play the blame game and say, no, but I don't, and I can't, and I'm not taking responsibility for this because it was their bad behavior or this. It's not a message for them. But when you truly are ready, you'll understand this message. It will make so much sense to you, and I would love your feedback. So give those seeds all that you've been looking for on the outside. Now give those seeds water on the inside. Affirm it to yourself. Feel it for yourself. Believe it for yourself. It starts with yourself. It starts with you. It's your responsibility to water those seeds. To weed out the weeds of fears, because you have to realize that we all have the options, the option program that's available. Do you opt for fear or do you opt for love? God is love. God is everything. So are you this or are you this? Where are you playing? Where are you putting your attention? Where are you focusing on? Energy flow. Energy goes where energy flows where attention goes. Okay. So what have you been giving more energy? Love or fear? Know that you have that option and choose wisely. Choose the correct one, and you won't be sorry. I'll just end off with the statement again. I was just checking my notes. The statement again of the source of all that is. I am the source of all that is. So that means I'm the source of the good and the bad. I'm the source of the problems and the solutions. In the one video that I've got, it's the I am video. And he starts off the video with asking the question, what is wrong with this world? And realizing, I am. And then he ends off the video with asking the same question, what is right with this world? And he ends off with, I am. And that is what I want you to realize today. It's you are the answers and the solutions that you've been looking for. You are everything that you've been asking about, wondering about, wanting to manifest. You are the one that can take action steps. There's certain things in your life that you need to take action steps for. Sometimes we still have the program of, God save us from this job, save us from this marriage, save us from this, save us from that. Come save us. And you have been given all the tools. You've got 2 legs that can walk. You've got a mouth that can speak. You've got hands that can write or paint or create something. Are you using it? You need to take action in those aspects in your life that you've been waiting for a savior, because you are your savior. We are evolved old souls that are ready to take the next leap of faith and take action. In whatever areas of your life it is that you need to take action, you can do it. Trust me. Try it. Know that sometimes we have to take 2 steps back and then 3 steps forward. 1 step back, 2 steps forward. It's a dance. Enjoy it. Don't see the steps back as failures, and don't see the steps forward as success. It's all part of success. How you handle the step back is just as important as how you handle taking that step forward. It shows your character. It shows your inner strength and your abilities. The answer to all your questions is answered by going within. And that's why most of my sessions, I ask clients, close your eyes, let's go within. And there the beautiful transformation takes place. And the energy just streams out. It's to meditate on it. And if you don't know how to join circles or to join my Sunday satsang and guided meditation, or listen to my channel online on YouTube, there's so much available for you. You have no excuse. There's no excuse for you not to sit still and connect and start delving the treasure chest of who you are, those hidden diamonds that are waiting for your find. You can find it. How good, practiced, and skilled are you at using your imagination? Some will say, oh no, I don't have an imagination, or it's all in your imagination. Now, whatever you think your reality is currently, if you're trapped in fear or that is an misuse of an illusion state. It's your illusion, but you believe it. And I want you now to positively start using your imagination. And how good can you imagine your life to be? How good can you imagine yourself to be in this moment, without having manifested a job or a partner or this or that, or whichever you think is lacking? To see yourself in the highest light, right where you are, in the misery that you sit in wherever you are. Start seeing yourself in a different light. Shift your vibration. Do whatever it takes to shift your vibration. See where moves needs to take place. Do you need to move out, or does others need to move out? What pieces are working and what pieces are not working? What have they been teaching you? What are you taking? What are you letting go? It's like in the meditative state, it's like I always start with closing your eyes, breathing in deeply and exhaling fully. For in our breath, there's so much. Don't underestimate breathing consciously. With each in-breath, you're taking in the new levels of consciousness and awareness that's available to you. And with your out-breath, you release all that no longer serves you. Now, sometimes you need to let go of all that no longer serves you, but then open up and receive all the new gifts and abilities and higher vibrational frequencies and wisdom and understanding and clarity and direction. It's all there. Tomorrow I am doing a live session on Zoom, and the topic is on understanding chakra imbalances effects on your health, and I invite you to join me to listen to that. You can go to the Wellness Lifestyle Conference website, just follow the links, and then book a ticket. I will also be doing a talk on creating your highest and greatest human potential. So there's 2 talks, one live and one recorded, that you can listen to during the month. And then on Sundays, I do the satsangs and guided meditations, which you can join in. That's also via Zoom. And in October, I'm starting with a course on Enneagram. I share a lot. I do a lot. I'm available for one-on-one sessions either via Skype, via Facebook video messenger, via WhatsApp video messenger, via Zoom. There's so many ways of getting in contact with me, or else I am available in Kloof in KZN for one-on-one appointments. We have created a lovely, beautiful space for your transformation and for your personal healing. So I invite you to make contact. I'm available on every social media platform that there are. You can definitely just look up Portal of Alchemy and you'll find all my details. I look forward in connecting with you and hearing your feedback. Lots of love and light. Have a beautiful day. Bye.